Alright, my people, welcome to the channel again. Today we're going to cover a very unusual story, but as you guys know, nothing is new under the sun anymore. Everything is just like we are just expecting it. Well, for today we did travel all the way to Russia. We have a very unappealing story, but to them it's good, or maybe it's good. We dey look at a lady that got married to her stepson, like adopted stepson. Let's see how the story goes, and I got to react to it. Okay, the story goes this way. The name of the lady is called Marina. I don't know if you call the son name, it's too long and it's Russian. Lived with her ex-husband for 10 years before they got divorced. Like the man and the lady John married now before they got divorced. So over the years they adopted the children, almost like 4 children. They adopted 4 children, meaning that they are well-to-do and they are not that kind of rich, but they are comfortable with the whole thing. And along the line, the lady began to have feelings for the eldest one, which is about 7 years old that time. Mind you, this lady was like 22 years then. And I don't know how the age gap there, but the lady was bigger, much bigger than the child then. Mind you, the child was the lady's legally adopted son from the ex-husband. When they did together, they adopted the baby with their other ones. They were 4. According to the lady said that then in there with the ex-husband, she was overweight, she wasn't happy, but only the child made her smile, made her happy, and everything was perfect whenever she's around the guy, the small boy. She's got nothing to regret. She's just that the little guy gave her motivation to work on her body and exercise and become a better person. And for that reason, she plans to keep the boy all to herself. So she wasn't, everybody thought it was just a mother and son relationship, because everybody knew that I know your husband and this is your son. Nothing was coming out of it. But nobody saw that she took special interest on that small one. They buy him toy and they buy him all those special things. Now, as the time goes on, this lady now say this guy has come of age for me to come out the closet with the guy. First of all, he divorced the ex-husband and now made it official that I am dating your son, whom we adopted together. But now I'm no longer your husband and your wife. I can do whatever I want. And the man dragged the whole thing for court. Well, anyway, fortunately for the man won the case, but the court gave her only the remaining 3 children, because the other one is of age to make the decision. The guy where they give Totona, the guy where they give free cat, follow the woman based on saying for his mind now, so the whole thing the sweet, and he thought he's in love. As in, for now he thinks he's in love, and everything has to be documented online. People have to say something, because people like validation. People like people want to know what other people think about their life, and it makes them relevant. This generation, it makes us relevant. If you say good, I'm relevant. If you say bad, I'm also relevant. That's the way this lady saw the whole thing. He said it like that people will not understand it, because the people are not in your shoes, and the people that are criticizing her don't know how she feels. That the boy made her special. The boy made her who she is. The boy made her feel like a normal human being. When she was with the other guy, she only felt fat and wasn't beautiful. Now, everybody was trying to write on her comments, say, "Auntie, look, this child you're about to marry, this is your legally adopted son. Although he's not your biological son. But how can you marry this guy now? He just grew up. You know this guy when he in the crop or for this guy grew up with you under your watch. Just because you have a mixed feeling with him and he's not blood related doesn't mean that you forget your morals." She said she did it what she did because that's her feeling, and now she came out and said she's pregnant for the boy. She wants to tell the world that love is love, no matter how it goes. And that brings me to the topics, to the what I want to talk. We say these are some of the, let me just say, some of the advantages and some of the privileges of being a woman. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying is that if this lady now was this guy now, if let me just say, if role was reversed, they go say, so wetin go make this man marry small girl, him go dey groom am when the girl dey small. But nobody said nothing about grooming. Everybody said was, how can you marry him when he's of age? But nobody talked about what she might be doing to the boy when he was small. Like when the guy dey like 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, nobody dey talk wetin in the follow and they do for house. Everybody dey talk about no marry am. But if this role was to be reversed, everybody go put up and say, hey, you be monster, you be that, you be this, you be that, you don't do this girl, you don't do this girl, this. But this guy now don't marry his stepmother, just like what they see for Pornhub, for S video. They did not marry the stepmother now, give the woman belle, they don't born belle, and this lady gave birth through surgery. Reason be that she wants to look beautiful for her young husband. She doesn't want to giving birth to tamper her body. Any child they will have together, they will go through surgery because her body is more important to her than whatever relationship or marriage. She wants to keep that body to look fresh for the guy. But until you can't be that fresh all the time, you guys will get older, and the guy will just natural. The guy will see another girl. The guy will look at this child where you have now will grow up to be like the guy brother. They will just one day stand in front of you, they will be like brother. I don't know people are understanding what I'm saying, but it will happen one day that you will realize and say, oh, because you doing this thing now, most of your family are not with you. Most of your friends are not with you. You are just fighting against the world, all because you want the social media presence. You want to be among those that people will search online and see. I don't care what they see about me, but they have to see something. Now going back to the story, the lady said that the ex-husband doesn't even talk to the boy again. Like he disowned the boy and forbid the woman from ever talking to him. Like say he just cut them two out of his life. As he should do, because the whole thing is becoming somehow. Imagine say that this man got married to one of his adopted daughter. What the world will turn into, what the world will say, what everybody will see, the kind of monster they will call this guy. But this lady now, what they are telling her is that you are not doing, you shouldn't have to marry the boy, maybe you not go keep him on low. Everybody was being too petty with the story because it was a lady. I don't know if you guys are understanding where I'm going. If this role was reversed, that's just the point. But it wasn't reversed. But the whole thing was like, hey, this lady, you did wrong. If you no go there, do this thing with this boy. If you just leave this boy, leave him at the way. And the whole thing was so funny that they were just living their life normally in a city called Krasnodar in Russia. Nobody knows them. All they do is social media influencing and do the family thing. If you come close to them, then you will hear their story and they might confuse you. But morally, people act on their feelings, especially ladies. They act on their feelings, and due to this boy being young, the guy groomed this guy. The lady groomed this guy, groomed him into thinking that this is the love we need, and people will judge us. People will not understand us, but we need to fight it. One day will come, this boy will get to his senses and see that the real family that he needs are not for him, because he don't fuck up. Seriously, he don't. Anyway, what do you guys think about the story? How do you feel? What do you now think about the whole thing? Let me know. Thank you very much.